Welcome to the Professionals Real Estate Investing Podcast. And with my guy, Marcus. How you doing, bro?
What's happening? The professionalists in the house.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah, with this one, we're going to be talking about Section 8, the unlocking wealth, the power of Section 8 investments. We did this last week, but
we had some trouble with the visual.
The visual, yeah, we didn't have the banner up, and then messed everything up. And I was going to put it on the podcast platforms, but I was like, nah, how about we just do this again?
Yeah, we're just doing it over again. Let y'all know what it is.
Yes. So here are the top 10 reasons, not in no particular order, why it can be good to invest in Section 8. And me and you, we've talked about this for a while. The number one, what we think is definitely our number one, and everybody can be in their own particular order,
right?
Is that stable income.
Yeah, that's like the number one thing in this Section 8 HUD game, because if you're gonna do it, you gotta be able to set it up right so you can have stable income, meaning tenants that's gonna be in place that are gonna be long term. That way you can be able to enjoy the benefit of the stable income that comes along with Section 8 and HUD.
Yeah, you can't beat that stable income. Like, and you got to think Section 8 that deals with the government, and government ain't going, they ain't going to be bouncing those checks, especially for no Section 8.
Nah, that's like steady money right there. You want to be able to get those tenants that's going to give you that stable income, because that's very important.
Yeah, and what Section 8 is here's a brief description. Section 8 provides a steady and reliable source of income for landlords, as the government directly pays a portion of the rent on behalf of the eligible tenants. So what happens is if a person wants to get on Section 8, they'll get a voucher. And it goes by, how big their family is, kids,
family
size, income, all the above. And then it goes from there, and then they get a voucher, and then they'll try to find a place of residence where they can be in that umbrella of that price range. And then that's how they'll go about getting in Section 8.
Right. As long as they meet the income requirement, and then pertaining to whatever family size you have, there's like rules to it. So they have income limits, and then according to family size, that's how they, I guess, gauge how much rent you're gonna pay, and then how much the landlord gets.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah. Number two, guaranteed payments. Like I was talking right there, skip the gun on that one. But yeah, guaranteed payments. Landlords can rely on timely payments from the government, reducing the risk of rental income, the fluctuations of non-payment issues.
Yeah, that goes along with the stable income. The number one, the guaranteed payments, but the payments that are going to come from the township or the county that you're in are guaranteed. Those checks, like you said, aren't going to bounce, and it's just a perfect setup when you can just be able to rely on those guaranteed payments that are coming. Like, most of your rental income is going to come from that.
Yeah, exactly. So number three, high demand. I was actually looking at when me and Rocky were talking this morning. I seen an email come up, and it actually was like they actually had I get a lot of stuff emails wise when it talks about investing and everything, and there was one of a 10-plex apartment, and it was Section 8.
Oh, the whole thing Section 8.
The whole thing Section 8. Yeah. And I was like, boy, if somebody gets on that, yeah. And the thing about it is too is especially when it comes to Section 8, I was going to say, when it comes to rental, and especially when commercial, I was thinking this off the top of my head, and this too, the commercial side, because it's got to be 5 and more, it's commercial.
Right.
But the part about it too is there's a grade. There's an A, B, C, D, and an F when it comes to the commercial real estate also.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking off the top of my head about that. If you want to invest, see what grade that investment is going to be.
Yeah. Commercial residential apartment buildings, they have that grade A, B, C, D. So you want to, I guess, stay away from the C's and the D's, they say. But you're going to find most of the time Section 8 and HUD, though, that income is gonna be in the CD category. It's gonna be those type of buildings,
Yeah.
more likely. Not maybe all the time, but more likely it's gonna be those CD grade units in apartment buildings. Yeah.
So with the high demand, also too, as it was said right here in the third part,
Mhm.
it's a Section 8 properties cater to this demand, ensuring a low vacancy rate.
Yeah. 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 Um, there's always high demand for affordable housing. If you can qualify, and if the landlord or the owner, if the owner wants to participate, then you can. It's a perfect situation because if you're going to get in the Section 8 program and have that voucher, and then say you're already in a place, but your landlord don't want to participate, then you're gonna have to go find somewhere else that's going to be better for you to use that voucher so you can participate with the Section 8. So it is in high demand though.
Yeah.
So there's a long list going on for like Section 8.
Yeah, and I mean that helps out with the Section 8 too. It helps out with affordable housing,
Mm-hmm.
which is a main crisis. Is what a crisis here in the United States when it comes to housing.
Right, exactly. It plays a big part in the whole housing spectrum. That program, Section 8 program.
Number four, government support. Well, definitely you're gonna get government support because why? Because the vouchers and everything with Section 8.
Yep, exactly. Just the government's involvement makes it like just so much more better that you can be secure that you're gonna get your stable income, your guaranteed payments, and then that it just helps out both parties. You know what I mean? Just helps out both sides. The tenant gets reduced rate of rent, and then the landlord gets its guaranteed payment of rent. And from what I hear, usually the Section 8 rent is usually higher than the fair market value of rents that are listed.
Oh wow,
They
that's
go by,
interesting.
yeah, they go by like I guess like a couple dollars more than just like a few dollars more. So like I guess if rent is like 1,500 somewhere, you might be able with Section 8 as a landlord get it at 1,800 or something, or 1,700, a little bit more.
Yeah.
However that works.
Yeah, I was reading this too. It says the program is designed to assist low-income individuals and families in contributing to social welfare, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
And me and you talked about this before. That always Section 8 it gets a bad rap
Mhm. Yeah,
because of low-income families,
it's
and
that stigma.
definitely a stigma.
Yeah.
Definitely a stigma. I've seen people who've had Section 8 and live in beautiful homes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that throw that window about if a person's on Section 8 that they're just crumbs,
Hmm.
scum. Like that's not what it's about. It's actually helping people live. And then you take care of that Section 8, that property that you live in.
Yeah.
Landlords take care of you.
Yep.
It's a perfect marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a perfect marriage between both of y'all.
Yeah, and you got to just make sure you just stay abiding by their rules, the Section 8 rules, the program rules, the HUD, whatever. You got to make sure you abide by those rules because if you don't go by the rules, then you hurt yourself in the end.
Yeah, they are pretty strict when it comes to what rules that govern with everything when a person gets a voucher and they get a
Right.
house for residence.
Yeah, because it's a government program, so they want you to go by their rules. So
Yeah. And number five, long-term agreements.
yes.
So they don't want you to move out. They want you to stay there and be a residency for as long as possible.
Mhm. Yeah, as long as you can uh, stay on it, stay on the program, and be able to meet the qualifications, it can turn into a long term deal where for years you can be paying a reduced amount of rent, and it's not hurting you. It's not hurting your lifestyle or your income. You qualify for it. You have family size for it, and it's just to help stimulate the economy at the same time. Like they eventually you're gonna want to get to that next level of getting off of it. Once you doing a little bit better income wise, you're gonna want to get off of that program because it's really just a, it's a program like a stepping stone for everything. It's a stepping stone into a possible home ownership or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was gonna say. It's a stepping stone. It's like you have to start somewhere,
Yeah,
but then you progressively move up.
yeah,
You just don't want to stay stuck in just stuck where you don't want to stay stuck all the time. You want to move. You want to advance. You want to get better in life.
yeah, exactly. So, take advantage of it while you can be able to save your money, um, um, help with other bills. Rent is such a big bill for everybody every month. So, if you can reduce that rent and be able to utilize Section 8, you know, uh, leverage off of it, capitalize off it, where you can save your money for a down payment on a home, or be able to get out of your situation to where your income's a little bit better, and you won't need Section 8 no more. Because you can, actually pay all your rent and everything. So, but yeah, it's definitely just long-term agreements helps both sides.
Yes, yeah, it does.
The landlord and the tenant. So,
Number 6, regular inspections.
yeah.
Definitely, this is really good too because that's where you ensure that you meet specific guidelines
Mm-hmm.
of living there, and it can lead to better. It can help you better maintain the properties that you live in. And I think that's really good that you want to know if a person's property, you want to go in and make sure everything is right.
Right, exactly.
You don't want any surprise attacks. You got holes in your walls and like, hold on a second. I used to have a wall here. Why is there no wall there no more?
Yeah, where did this big huge crack come from? Is there something going on with my foundation or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You don't want to. Yeah, that element of surprise. Oh man, it could be a serious headache.
Right. So regular inspections definitely is a key to this Section 8 program because they will come and have to. You have to what do you call it? Oh, get recertified every year or whatever the case. They have to come look at it. They have to make sure that the property is not deteriorating, or certain functions need to be working, outlets, and just they have a whole list of stuff that needs to be up to par, up to code with them, so you can be able to continually use the program and be a part of the Section 8 program.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because even on the tenant side, like if something's broke down, they want to make it aware to the landlord that hey, a light socket,
Right.
that anything that is needed in the way of life in the house, light sockets. If it's not your appliances, it's their appliances, and something's not working right or it's broke down, you want to make them aware of what's going on.
Exactly.
Not to the point of, okay, it's time for inspection. Oh yeah, by the way, I just want to let you know the oven has been working for the past 3 months, and I know inspection's tomorrow.
Yeah, last minute.
Last minute hiccups.
Man, I've seen it, like I think before they all the way down to like the door frames and stuff.
Yeah.
They want to make sure door frames and door jambs and they look good and everything. And yeah, like you just said, outlets, electrical things, hazardous things. They don't want nothing hazardous in the house that can potentially be of harm, or that
You're not trying to have that Section 8 property go up like the 4th of July either.
Right, exactly. So regular inspections is gonna be a must if you're gonna be in the Section 8 program, because they're gonna come check it for you to be recertified.
Yeah, and I believe it's a yearly cycle.
Yeah, I think
it's a yearly cycle. They want to know to make sure everything is all good. It's not to invade privacy.
Right.
It's the landlord's property.
Yeah.
It's what they invest in. I mean that their hard-earned money it's going in.
And it's part of the rules. It's part of the HUD Section 8 rules. You have to go, if you're going to be in this program, you have to go down that checklist to make sure everything's good on the inspection. So
yes. All right. So number 7, a wider tenant pool.
Mm-hmm.
So it says by accepting Section 8 tenants, landlords open themselves up to a broader pool of potential renters, increasing the chances of finding responsible tenants. That's what you really want to have. You want to have responsible tenants. Yeah. You may have responsible tenants and a responsible landlord.
Right.
You're going to be staying there for a while.
Yeah. Because if everything's working the way it should be working, between on both sides, landlord and tenant side, then it shouldn't be hard to keep a tenant there, But the pool of tenants for Section 8 is so wide. Even if someone decides that they want to leave or whatever, you can always get another Section 8 tenant.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, because there's plenty of them, there's a wait list. So
Yeah, always. Yeah, there's always a wait list.
yeah, well in this area, and I know other areas too, but especially in this area where there's a long 2-3 years, maybe sometimes, depending on the area or the city or the county, whatever. Because affordable housing is needed. So,
Yeah, like no other.
Yeah, so there's gonna be wait lists, that's for sure.
Number 8, consistent market demand.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The demand of market affordable housing remains relatively consistent, or constant, I should say, making Section 8 properties resilient in various economic conditions.
Yep.
So it's going to stay at a consistent demand all the time.
Oh yeah, there will always be people that will qualify for the program if they choose to sign up for it.
Yes.
Because see, half the battle is people that do qualify for it don't really apply for it, and then when they do get it, sometimes they can't recertify, they can't keep going. Something happens, you're not keeping up with the program. So it's like, man, consistent market demand, the demand for affordable housing remains relatively constant. Yeah, there's always someone looking for affordable housing because that pool of people is big.
Yeah,
there's
it's
not
huge.
there's more poor people than there is rich people.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So
no doubt.
Yeah, that's always going to be. It's always consistent market demand for Section 8.
And I'm glad you said that, but not throw it off topic, because they said like the rate everything is going with our economy, with everything that we're doing.
Yeah,
it's going to break it down to 2 classifications. Either you're wealthy or you're poor. That's what it's going to come down to.
Right. Basically, you're either going to be rich and have a little bit of money, or you're going to be trying to get to the rich side.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're going to be with the lower income folks. Depending on what that income is, take advantage of the program because there is a demand for it, and you might have to wait on a list, but as a landlord, you don't have to worry because there's always a demand, and then as the tenant, you don't have to maybe really worry about the program going away because it's constantly being utilized.
Yeah, I never see it going away.
Right.
Never.
Me neither.
Number 9, and I'm thinking about PG&E on this when I read this. This is the Local Housing Authority Assistance. Local Housing Authority can provide support to landlords participating in the program, offering resources and guidance. The reason why I said the PG&E is because, they have those programs where they come to the house and say like door jams, weather stripping.
Yeah.
They have, I forgot what the program is called, but it's to this day, it's been around for umpteen years.
Like called SHIP or something like that. It's like the acronym SHPPP or something.
Yes,
like that.
yes,
something like that.
Yeah,
for this area, I mean.
Yeah, SHIP, and then they help out with weather stripping, and they even help out with appliances too. Like if the people's appliances break down while they're in this program, and then they go about getting them a range or a refrigerator, whatever is needed for the house.
Energy efficient too, kind of. They
Yes.
try to look for like energy efficient stuff to make, because that's the whole point of the program, right?
Yes.
To make the home as energy efficient as possible with the weather stripping on doors, windows, making sure windows are all tight and everything. Yeah.
And I do know this because I just worked around appliance so many years that people in the program, like SHIP program, like they'll order a refrigerator, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a regular apartment refrigerator, about 18 cubic refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be like, well, I need an ice maker. Well, having an ice maker is a luxury.
Right.
So you're going to have to pay that out of your own pocket.
Right. Yeah.
Your landlord's not going to be paying that. They just paying to make sure your food is frozen or refrigerated. So they're getting their refrigerator.
Right, right. Yeah, and it just depends on the unit and the building.
Yes.
If it's in a nicer area and a nicer building, you're gonna get those nicer amenities. You'll get that ice maker or that, like, extra little amenity. But if you're in an area that's just, a lower income, you're gonna get the basics. You're gonna get regular fridge, regular stove, um, just the regular basic appliances.
Yeah,
So
you are. So number 10, last but not least, potential for higher rent.
yeah,
So yeah, so Section 8 rent rates may be higher than market sales, like you was talking about earlier,
yeah,
allowing landlords to earn competitive income while participating in a socially responsible program.
yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely a program, and like you're saying, there's rules and regulations that people need to follow by.
mhm.
Saying it because I mean it's a program to help.
Yeah, yeah. It's supposed to help you get to that next step, like I said, and either if you're still going to rent or help you get into a situation where you can become a homeowner. Because, essentially you want to, if you're going to take advantage and leverage this Section 8 program, you're going to want to save money um, when you're working and making your income. You're going to want to save money for that down payment, because, like, the the thing about rent is that's like a really, really expensive bill every month. And if you can save on that and be able to tuck money away for a down payment for a home, that's really what it's for.
Yeah,
That's the benefit of being able to leverage this program, um, because you only make so much. You want to be able to take the to take advantage of it by saving as much money as you can while still being able to qualify for the program and hopefully be a homeowner one day.
yeah. I remember, like I said, I've been around people who had Section 8. I never look at them wrong, but I will say this: some of them, how much they paid for Section 8,
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
Some people I knew they paid under $100 a month.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, there's single mothers out there that pay $0
Dollars.
because of just how it's set up. Like, they were able to get 100%. Section 8 was able to pay 100%.
100% government finance.
Yeah, basically they funded the whole thing. Like, it's just crazy. Some people just pay like maybe $100, maybe $50.
Yeah,
It just really depends on your situation, family size, income, and all the rest of the things they ask you. But basically it's really just family size and income. I think when it comes down to
down
it,
to it.
and
Yes.
then they have a little, like, I'm sure, a chart that they go by where, you know based on where you're at, the area you're in, and then they, according to their numbers, they adjust it, appropriately, I should say.
Yeah. So last but not least on this, it says while there are benefits to investing in real estate in Section 8 housing, it's essential for landlords to be aware of program requirements, regulations, and potential challenges associated with the government subsidized housing.
Yeah,
Conduct thorough research and consider consulting with real estate professionals or legal advisors before making investment decisions.
yeah,
And then that's what me and Rocky were talking about when we was doing about the taxes. Like if you want legal advice, tax advice, go to a lawyer, go to a tax professional. You want to go to people who are certified in this area, where in this niche where it's what they do.
yeah. Most definitely that they actually specialize in.
Yes.
Um, there's like agents out there that specialize in just what's that, like 203K rehab loans.
Oh, yes.
And stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. There's people that's just specialized in foreclosures, pre-foreclosures. There's brokers and agents, that that's certain areas where they really excel in, and they know the rules of the game, of that game, that particular area of real estate. So you definitely want to get down to. You don't want to just be talking to any real estate agent or broker. Um, with Section 8, you basically, I wouldn't say talk to maybe a real estate agent or broker about Section 8, because that's more
No.
of a rental thing. But
Yes.
you want to talk to someone that specializes in being, getting into Section 8. Like, if they know how you can apply, and they'll help you with the paperwork, and then they tell you all the rules and stuff because they're familiar with it. They know how it works. You want to find someone, a Section 8 specialist.
Yeah, and then certain, even in your area, I want to say also too that your housing authority. Your housing authority would have definitely the guidelines, especially for that area.
Yeah, talk to somebody that's in there and go get all the information at your local housing authority, because talking to an agent or a broker about Section 8 ain't gonna get you anywhere. So,
No, it's nowhere.
Because that's a whole different. We talking about home ownership versus
Rentals.
So rentals. So you might want to just go to your local housing authority, get all the info on the program, and talk to somebody that's in there that'll like maybe fast track you into either being on the landlord side of the Section 8 program if you got properties, or if you're a tenant and you're looking for a Section 8 rental, or want to be in the program.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yep. So that's it. Top 10 reasons. The unlocking wealth of the power of Section 8 investments. We did 10 points.
Yep.
On why it's good to invest in Section 8. Rather than that, anything on your mind?
No, not really. I think this is just a good topic. This is real estate investing. It's talking about Section 8. Landlords, any landlords that think that Section 8 is not a good program for them, you might want to reevaluate. You might want to check that again, because maybe your property qualifies for tenants to be on Section 8, and maybe it's something you might want to look into, because it's guaranteed income, it's steady income, and if you screen the right tenants and put the right tenants in place, it could be a beautiful situation with the cash flow.
Yes.
So all I really have to say is, just if you want to get into it, just really look at the program for what it's worth. Don't judge. Don't put a stigma on it. Just treat it just like everything else. You want to find a good quality tenant. So, and then you also, as a tenant, want to find a good property owner or landlord that's going to support the program.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. On that note.
Yeah.
Just want to let everyone know, if you want to get a hold of me soon, our next podcast, I'll have the 1-800 number directly to the podcast. If you want to be a guest on it, we gonna be branching out this year.
Oh yeah, plenty more episodes to come. Plenty more things to talk about real estate real estate investing. I'm looking forward to just keep on going this year, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I'm going full throttle on everything.
Yeah,
I'll have the time. I've changed my lifestyle a little bit, where I'm gonna have more time to do this more, to talk to more people.
Yeah.
To even, I have a listening ear. I don't know everything. I'm just trying to be a better person, better than yesterday.
Man, I'm winging this thing, really. I'm just learning as I go, still learning real estate every day. Some things, I guess, that I say on here may not, I guess, make sense sometimes, but I try to make it make sense because I'm still learning, and still kind of like a beginner, but I'm getting it a go.
Oh no, you're doing great. Remember, you got me into the real estate game. I knew about real estate in some ways or another, but those are crumbs. You send me the whole platter of how things is done, and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But that's the best thing. That's the thing about real estate. That's the thing about podcasts. That's the thing about YouTube. You can always talk to people. There's someone's going to know more than you.
Yes.
Always have a listening ear, because you don't want to be that one where, I know everything. No, you don't. You don't. There's people who've been doing this before
you. Yeah, exactly. Don't think you know everything. Always be willing to have an open mind to be able to learn more, because nobody knows everything.
No, that's why I'll text you or call you. I ask for your advice, or I'll talk to Rocky. I'm like, you know what? How do you view it this way? Would you look at it this way?
Right.
Because my perception and your perception would be two different ways, but I have somebody looking in a different direction than me. It turns my light vision to a different perception. I'm like, hold on, that does make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But rather than that, the next podcast, I'm gonna have all the links ready for y'all if you want to be on the podcast. If you're listening on the podcast, go to @theprofessionalist23 on YouTube. That's the channel. That's where we're gonna have everything on, and yeah, we're gonna keep it pushing. 2024, yeah, we're going strong at this. So rather than that, well, we are done, and peace out of here.
Let's go.